Good morning. It's a beautiful Monday. Thank you, Jesus, for the day. Let's get into the video. The first thing that I'm doing today is fixing a mistake I made yesterday, which was Sunday. And that is, I cut my angle too much and it made the face of the face frame too small in width. So, cutting new boards, I'm going to put that face frame together, get it fully sanded, fully ready to go. And then we'll stain it, clear coat it really quickly while I'm building the Lazy Susan actual cabinet. And then we put the Lazy Susan face frame on, we put the corner cabinet face frame on. Then there's just one more cabinet that I have to build. Once that's completed, I will hopefully, what are these doing? Those are over there, okay. I will hopefully be able to then measure for all the doors, get all the skin side panels on, and maybe even start installing the drawer boxes. Alrighty, I've been working on fixing this face frame that I miscut and essentially ruined yesterday, which is fine. Now I just have to fix my mistake. It's really all it is to it. And it's fine. Things happen, right? Never perfect, never. I got my glue bottle, it's all filled with glue again. That's a face frame right over there. I think I could have maybe made it work. Maybe. It's close. But this isn't the worst thing to have to do because I'm testing a new way to build these corner face frames. I'm adding a little bit of width here. Or actually no, I'm taking away a little bit of width here. So that way the width gets added here. Instead of like 1 1/8 inch wide, they're going to hopefully end, I think. There we go, that's what we wanted. Hopefully to end at maybe 1 3/8 or maybe 1 1/2. So I'm testing it out right now, quite honestly. Kind of cracked out a little bit, but I think it'll be okay. His and hers, and actually, yeah, that'll be fine, just like that. It's actually how I want it. Okay. A little more glue here. Clamp that thing down nice and tight. There we go. We have our 1 1/4 inch fine threads. I think I'm done using the coarse thread. They were out of coarse thread at the at Menards when we put the rest of these together. So I said, well, I'll use some 1 1/4 inch fine thread. And they worked well. So I'm gonna keep doing that, I think. I know for a hardwood you're supposed to use a fine thread anyway, but I just always liked how the coarse thread worked. So I am going to 1 inch where the end grain is though. But I don't want to blow that end grain out. But on the interior, Craig, I'm going 1 1/4 inches. Because I really want that joint to be just, or that seam to just be tight. I don't want, I mean, wood is natural. It's a natural material, so the seams can definitely move and, you know, crack out, and just kind of depends on how you keep your house and how the weather is, and depends on humidity and temperature. But if I can use a good amount of glue and a nice long screw, and it makes it last longer or better, I'm gonna try that. Alright. So, let's see how this looked up here. That looked all fine and dandy. Alright, I'm gonna let that set for like 20 minutes. And then we'll get it sanded in the vertical belt sander from 13/16 thick to 3/4 of an inch thick. We'll cut it down on the saw stop and figure out exactly what it's going to be. Will that fit? No. Okay. Figure out exactly what it's going to be and just go from there. Face frame's now set up. And we're sanding a face frame down from 13/16 thick to 3/4 of an inch thick. That's how the rest of the cabinets are looking right there. Coming out really nice. May I get this sanded down and then cut. Get my 45-degree angle cut on it. So that way then I can build the Lazy Susan cabinet. And then I think I'll start measuring for doors and start putting on our custom white oak stained and clear coated side panels. I now have our face frame stained up. Face frame's white oak. The color of the stain is called Weathered Oak by Sherwin-Williams. I'm going to get this guy into the oven. Since the stain is pretty much dry, I want to make sure it's hardened and cured out. And then I can get some clear coat onto this guy. So let's take this into the oven here. Here's some existing doors for a resurface that we're doing this week, along with these brand new white oak custom cabinets. Clean that up there. Let it stay. Leave that in there for about 10 minutes and we'll get 3 coats of clear coat on it. And then once Brandon gets back with the table saw, I'll dado it out, get it onto that cabinet, get the shelves cut out. Carl is actually that one cabinet that was cut incorrectly. It was cut correctly, it just was programmed as a lower, needed to be an upper. So he's gonna get that cut out along with the 3 shelves for that corner cabinet. So all of that can get done. The wind blew a bunch of stuff over. And then I'm going to start putting together this Lazy Susan and maybe even bore some doors out. Coming in the oven, grab our face frame. Now that the stain is fully dried, fully cured out, we can start clear coating that right there 3 times. And then we'll dado out the back and put it on. The arch nemesis right there, that corner cabinet, it's just staring at me. Got done using our Craig jig machine for 1/2 inch material. That's what these white oak custom cabinets for our white oak kitchen remodel are made out of. Again, we do make 3/4 inch cabinets. Just depends on your budget. This is for the Lazy Susan, and then Carl's cutting out the last cabinet. So make sure these are the same size. These are our back pieces here. They are the same size. Love that. That makes it easy. The only time it wouldn't be the same is if there was going to be a side panel. So now everything's cragged up. I need to get everything glued, screwed, and then I need to work on the top piece. You guys have seen how we do the top before, but I'll have to cut a bunch of material for that. And then hopefully I can put together that last cabinet once this big guy is done. Let's start putting this Lazy Susan unit together. If I can find the correct pieces. Boom. Let's get our impact. Milwaukee. Screws. Glue. Let's get it all glued up. A nice bead of glue right there. Yep. There we go. And I call it a Lazy Susan, but really, this is a Super Susan. Because it's much bigger than the typical Lazy Susans you buy from the big box store. We take up the full width and we build it all the way to the wall. So that way you can get a bigger Lazy Susan unit inside of the Super Susan. You don't have to get like, sometimes you have to get a 21. From the big box store, you can get like a 21-inch Lazy Susan or a 24-inch. In ours, you can get at least a 28 or a 30. I think a 30 or 31. I forget exactly which size it is. But you can get a much bigger Lazy Susan unit inside of our Super Susans. They're just a much bigger pain in the butt. to bring in the house for us. They're so big and they barely fit through the door. Can't put them through the garage doors because, or the doors that go into the garages, because they're like 30 or 33 inch doors and you have to go through a 36 inch. Typically, the front door is the only door that you can get these in. And they barely go in. But they do go through, nice and easy. Just have to go slow and take your time. These are not that much fun to put together either. They're just big. And I'm not sure why. The mosaic programming that we use for our CNC doesn't ever build any top braces or supports for these lazy Susans. I really don't know why. We've looked into it, tried to figure it out, and they just don't. So we just have to build our own, which is fine. It just takes some time to do. Get that glue up in there. Glue, glue, glue. Then we'll get this guy, big boy. It really needs to go like this. Because I already have some Craigs in the bottom. I may have to add more Craigs with the handheld Craig jig. But that's okay. Get it screwed in here. Make sure we're all the way over, first and foremost, right? There we go. Feels like we are. Where's our screw hole? Right there. There. Now we're all the way over. And we can get this side screwed in. Yep, that looks correct to me. For some reason this back piece is gonna fight. It's gonna fight. It's a Tuesday. You already know what it is. There. That should do something for us. It's not Tuesday, is it? Holy smoke, it's Monday. That's crazy. I don't know what's worse, it being Monday or me thinking that it's Tuesday and it's Monday. There we go. Okay. Now the fun part begins. So I need to transfer this cord, man. I thought this was going to be such a good idea running this cord. I think I hate it. I just think that I absolutely can't stand it. I mean, it is what it is, but starting to think that I just hate it. Oh yeah, big boy. So I need to get this up here. Doing this by yourself it kind of sucks, being honest, because this thing's so heavy, man. Until you get one screw in there, it's like you're just fighting for your life. You gotta make sure it's all the way over. At the same time, all the way down. And then I gotta put a screw in straight. Okay. What I'm gonna do. Okay, hopefully yeah, it's all the way down. It feels like it to me. Alright, you get a screw right here. How's that feel comparatively? It looks correct. Thank you, Jesus, for real. There we go. Next screw. Okay. That doesn't look correct though to me. Something ain't right. I tell you what, something ain't right. See if we can't get it correct. Really need it to come this way. There it is, right there. Let's get another screw in here. That's correct now. Where's another screw hole, brother? There we go. Okay. Now we're cooking. Yep, feels great. Okay, now let's lift this down without, I don't know, doing something terrible to us or the cabinet. Oh yeah. Just like that. There's a Lazy Susan cabinet. That feels all correct. Everything looks correct. How's our reveals back here? Love that. So now I'm going to cut out, I don't even know where the piece is. I'll find that next. I think it was over here, yep. Need to cut out a 45 on the sides of this so it can connect back here. And then I'll start cutting out all the braces for the top. Just like that. Lazy Susan cabinet is complete. These are the braces we put up top. Again, the CNC doesn't cut those, but got that done. It's all squared up. It's ready to go. The CNC got the other cabinet cut. So we can start putting that together. Get that face frame on. Brandon will be back soon. We'll get the corner cabinet done because this face frame is ready to go now. And then we'll cut out those corner cabinets. And then I can start measuring for doors. That's how it came out. 3 coats of clear coat. Super smooth. We'll get that on here momentarily once I'm done building this last cabinet. Just got my bottom panel all contacted up. And there it goes right there. This cabinet should now be finished. I did get the other cabinet with the CNC cut finished as well. It's part of another cabinet, really. It's a cabinet that goes on top of another cabinet because it's floor to ceiling. So I had to pack out the bottom, 1.5 inches, so that way we're able to screw up into it. You'll never see those screws, but that way we can connect everything, making sure this is all nice and pushed out, no bubbles, no nothing dumb, no nothing crazy, no nothing weird. That's how it turned out right there. Nice corner cabinet. I'm gonna take it over there. I'm gonna clean up my workstation. Brandon's cutting out the shelves. We'll double check those. And then I think I'm gonna measure for some doors. Finally have every single cabinet completed. Now I can start measuring for all of the custom shaker 45. Yes. Doors, shaker 45 drawer fronts, made out of white oak. We might even start trying to make those today. We need to measure for doors. And then a bunch of the cabinets need packed out because they're going back to back. So we need to pack that out. And then after that's done, we have to, client wants, this cabinet's going to the back of that cabinet. And it's different height right now because these cabinets will sit on the flooring. Those cabinets are sitting into the flooring because they didn't have cabinets here before. So that's why the height's different. But they want a pull-out box. Since this is a blind corner, there's drawer boxes right there like they have before or right now. But this is going to be wasted. So they want a pull-out box from this side. You open the door, pull it out, 30 inches deep. So we need to cut some holes in there, trim it out, make it look perfect. So measure doors, pack out, do whatever this is. It's all drawer boxes. And then put the skins on. And they're sitting all over there. Put the side panels on. And once that's done, really, the cabinets can get installed. Yeah, the cabinets can definitely get installed. Then we just need to make the doors, stain the doors, clear coat the doors, but that never takes that long. So it's kind of the game plan. I'm going to get the doors measured, and then we'll start working on pack outs. That weird situation, installing drawer boxes and putting on side panels. We have almost all of our side panels done. Everything's cleaned out. Everything's looking really good. Side panels are on. I think there's one there and 2 more on that cabinet. And then we can start installing drawer boxes. This resurfacing job is done. Jacob's over there spraying or taping, priming, spraying it right now, so he'll put doors on there tomorrow. Let me show you this. That hole right there, set this right here, is for this blind corner because the cabinets butt up to each other And there's going to be a 30-inch long pull-out box, so that way the blind corner space is not wasted with the drawer stack in there. That's what the client wanted. They wanted us to figure out a way to make it happen, so Brandon made it happen. It's feeling nice and tacky. All right, attempt to put this on single-handed is terrible, but there will be a piece of screen molding that goes on here. Oh, my shirt's caught. There we go. Love that. That's how that'll go on there. Nice and flush. Then we'll get this cabinet all blown out, wiped out. Then I think really the last main thing is to install the drawer boxes. Perfect. So I guess we'll start installing drawer boxes. At the stage, we're putting in our orange clips. And this notch that I'm always talking about with the hole that we drill, it allows the slide to slide through and clip into our clips. Side adjust left to right, up and down, in and out adjustments. This is how they're turning out right now. We have our pull-outs, right, or our drawer boxes right there. Another drawer box, full extension, can hold 100 pounds, 5/8 inch maple, clear coated 3 times, soft close, along with our pull-out drawer boxes that are inside of doors. Brandon's installing the last couple slides. Now I got to get those orange clips in to these drawer boxes right here so we can put them in. Everything's dovetailed. All of the cabinets for this white oak kitchen remodel are now ready to go. There's only 2 things left we have to build. Toe kick box and a super funky pull-out that goes between 2 cabinets. It's going to be 30 inches long. So we got all the drawer boxes in. Again, they pull out all the way, full extension, 5/8 inch maple. Dovetailed, soft close, clear coated 3 times, sent through the oven, can hold up to 100 pounds. So I think that's going to pretty much do it for today. Enjoy the video, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and also check out our website. We'll see you tomorrow. Adios.